day, everyone. I am Lisaldi Salada, and thank you for the privilege of moderating a panel discussion about turning challenges into opportunities. But first, let me introduce to you today's panel, all of whom are from grade 10 Quezon. First is Brandon Abanis. He is 16 years old and currently living at Barangay Sangko. He loves playing Dota and he wants to be a successful civil engineer someday. The second one is Tyrone Vladimir Yubal. He is 15 years old and currently living at Barangay Campisao. He loves playing instruments. He wants to be a successful architect someday. The third one is Micah Roviladera. She is 15 years old and currently living at Barangay Songko. She loves dancing and reading books. She wants to be a doctor someday. The fourth one is Nerissa Busa. She is 15 years old and currently living at Barangay San Gregorio. She loves reading Wattpad stories and she wants to be a successful accountant someday. And last but not the least is Jason Mark Rapada. He is 15 years old and currently living at Barangay Bato. He loves playing badminton and he wants to be a successful civil engineer someday. The theme for the discussion this day is turning challenges to opportunities. How much difference can you create in your life with a subtle little shift in perception? Sometimes, the difference between happy, successful outcome and a small failure is only a slight shift in perception. How we represent things to ourselves determine how we will respond to any given situation. In turn, our response will help determine the outcome. When life hands you challenges, how do you feel about it? What is your initial internal response on an emotional level? What is your external response as seen through your body, language, and verbal expression? Why does it even matter? So now, let's start our discussion. So, Brennan, can you share your unforgettable challenge that you encountered?
Sure. I had experienced many challenges in my life, but the most unforgettable of them is when both of my parents want to have a separate life. Because my father always spent his leisure time drinking alcohol or gambling.
So how's your siblings that time?
Well, that time they feel the same as what I feel because they were just yelling at my father that, "Pa, ask forgiveness from mother because we don't want a broken family and please don't do it again, don't drink alcohol if you don't have permission from our mother."
So guys, if you're in that situation, Brandon, what can you say?
If I would be in that situation, it would be very complicated.
Why?
Because there will be a chance that the parents will separate each other forever.
For me, I will feel sad because I can't live without my parents. They are the one who gives me strength and courage in surpassing every challenges in life.
Brandon, how did you feel about it when your parents decided to separate and how did you overcome?
Well, at that time I felt very sad and dramatic because I love my family and I don't want to have a broken family. I just want to bring back the old times, like we're just happy, we're just enjoying, we're just bonding. I overcome this challenge by praying to God, asking some guidance and more energy. And I talked to my mother to forgive my father so that we will be together again. That's all.
So, Brandon, how's your parents now?
Well, now they are okay. My mother forgave my father because he said he will not gamble anymore, but he will still drink alcohol if there's an occasion.
That's good. So, Brandon, thank you for inspiring us with your story. And now, let's move on to our next panelist. Micah, can you also share your unforgettable challenges?
I was in grade school when my cousin was suffering from meningitis. He was brought to different hospitals only to treat his illness. I felt so helpless seeing him in the ICU with many apparatus in his body and he's suffering from severe headache. One day, I was in my room when my mom,
Wait, how old is your cousin?
16.
He's so young.
I was in my room when my mom answered a call from my aunt. Then after that call, I asked my mother what was that all about. Then my mother said that your kuya left us. So after hearing those words, I immediately ran to my room and the only thing I knew that time was my heart was filled with sadness.
That was so devastating, Micah. Guys, if one of your loved ones had left you, what will be your reaction? Narisa, can you?
Of course, I will be sad. I think I will not forget that kind of experience. But I will try to move on because I know nothing is permanent in this world.
So, guys, to all the challenges that you encountered, how did you turn them into opportunities? So, who can answer that question?
In my situation, I make my kuya as my inspiration in everything that I do. Even though he's gone, his memories will remain in my heart forever, and I always bear in mind that he's just up there watching us no matter what happened, and I always bear in my mind that God let this happen for me to become a stronger person.
Thank you, Micah. How about you, Brandon?
I turned that challenge into an opportunity by making it as my primary goal at that time, and by accepting it courageously. I do everything that I could in order to overcome that challenge.
Thank you, Brandon. And now let's move on to Jason Mark.
In my own experiences, I turn my challenges as my inspiration because I know God has a plan on me and I can get moral lesson that will make me a better person. And I also believe that challenges are just part of our life, and those challenges can be surpassed if we will believe in ourselves and if we will do our best to surpass it.
Thank you, Jason Mark. And Nerissa, can you answer the question?
In turning challenges into opportunities, you should look at the positive side. Do not let anger, pride, and sadness eat you. You should also trust God with all your heart. And bear in mind that winning over those challenges will make you a better person.
Thank you, Nerissa. Now let's proceed to our last panelist, Tyrone.
In my own perspective, I turn challenges into opportunities by making myself as an optimistic person. Next, by looking and doing God's will. In this way, I can make myself as a stronger person as I can be. Learning more of my challenges can turn these into opportunities. That's all.
Thank you guys for sharing your stories with us this day, and always remember that no one is free in challenges in life. However, it differs from one person to another in the way or she reacts with these challenges. Encountered challenges should not be taken as obstacles that hinder what you are planning and targeting to achieve. On the contrast, you need to look at these challenges positively with an open mind and explore ways of how to control your reaction and response wisely. This cannot be easily accomplished if you are overreact with any challenge to the point it's starts making your life miserable. If you have wonder closed in front of you, don't be frustrated and disappointed, but do your best to find a technique of how to reopen it. Nonetheless, if it is unlikely to be open, don't waste your time standing and waiting forever to get through. If you look around, you will see many doors open and you can select anyone that will suit your need and satisfy your fulfillment. Challenges aren't always bad and life sometimes becomes boring without them. Challenges makes your life more interesting and meaningful to get out of your comfort zone. With that in mind, you need to know how to react and deal with any sort of challenges you encounter. It is very important to be patient and rational considering all surrounding circumstances. You have to be positive and look at the both sides of the coin to assess the pros and cons. It is prudent not to let any challenges make your life miserable. You have to maintain a high level of confidence in your capability, capacity, and potential with which you can easily and smoothly turn any unexpected challenges into more fruitful opportunities. The opportunity does not necessarily mean that it has to be of the same nature of the challenge. In the same field or same environment, hence, without being more proactive, intensive, and thinking out of the box, you are making a decision to pursue living with your challenges and enjoy struggling with them, regardless of the consequences. Thank you guys and good day.